Everyone, those who present here. Okay, so this is the first session of economics class today, and already we start the discussion on the chapter equilibrium, market equilibrium, right? Okay, and we discussed about what is the market supply and market demand, and what is equilibrium. What is equilibrium? Okay, and what are the factors they are able to make changes in the demand and supply? I mean, market demand and market supply in the market. Okay, such kind of things we discussed yesterday, and we studied how to create the equilibrium. Okay, so calculation, I mean, mathematical method, algebraic method, we studied there yesterday, and today we will moving with the next topic in this chapter. Basically, the factors that are able to make changes in the demand and supply in the market. I mean, the factors they are able to make changes in the market demand and the market supply. Okay, and how the new equilibrium will form, or how it will lead to new equilibrium in the market related with the supply and demand. That's what the topic today. Okay, so please open your textbook, everyone. Okay, so we know that all of these terms like excess supply, excess demand, and equilibrium. Excess supply, excess demand, and equilibrium. Again, any doubts are there? Any doubts are there related with these terms? What do you mean with the term equilibrium? What do you mean with the term excess demand, excess supply? Those are questions for the examinations. Okay, so just keep that idea in your mind. Again, doubts are there means you can ask me also, no problem. And we studied about the invisible hand by Adam Smith, right? Read or not? And I told you people to write a short note about Adam Smith, and then father of modern economics and the father of Indian economics. Clear? Huh? I received a number of answers, but at the same time, many are there still not submitted. I don't know why you people are doing like this. If you are again and again repeating the same, it will create a trouble for you guys there, mind it. Okay, so examination time or the time of revision, okay, it will lead to the shortage of notes. Clear. So out of equilibrium behavior, we know that it's an invisible hand that playing in the market to create changes in the supply and demand. Changes in supply and demand. Okay. Now we studied about this market equilibrium, calculation of a market equilibrium. How can we find that? Okay. So different methods are there. Okay. Now today we are leaving this portion here. Portion in the sense again we want to discuss, but before that we want to discuss some other factors that are moving to or that connected with this particular chapter. So leave this for now. Wage determination of labor market. Okay, what is the topic? Wage determination in labor market. Determination of wage. Determination of wage. What is wage? What is wage? An idea? Wage. Wage. Is a remuneration for? Wage is a remuneration for? No idea.
Labor.
Okay, labor, correct. Wage is the remuneration for labor. Okay. And what is the remuneration for capital?
Interest.
Interest, correct. Okay. Tell me, Femina, what is the remuneration for organizer?
Sir, salary.
Organizer. Salary. And what about labor? So simple economics principles this. Okay, again I'm telling you that if you don't know, so it is difficult. So write down again and again I'm telling you that learn these things there. The factors of production and its remuneration. I mean, it's what we can say, what they are gaining by utilizing that. Okay, for example, labor, it is wages. Land, it is a rent. Land rent. Land rent. Labor wages. Capital interest. Capital interest. The organizer, what is that? What is that for the organizer?
Profit or loss.
Profit or loss, correct. Profit or loss. Profit or loss. So organizer will always will carry the risk. Okay. So that's what the risk bearing capacity is there with the organizer only. Okay. Next one, the fifth factor, technology. What is the remuneration for technology? Remuneration for technology. Royalty, correct. Royalty. Okay. So we are able to purchase the technology that invented by different people, but want to pay money for them, right or not? That is basically termed as royalty, not wages, not salary, not profit, not interest, or not rent. It is termed as a, what is that? Royalty. Clear? Money only. Rent is money only. We will pay rent in the terms of money, right? Wages in terms of money, right? Interest in terms of money, right? Loss in terms of, sorry, profit in terms of money. Anyway, loss we are unable to pay in terms of money, right or not? That you have to face the situation. Clear or not? Next one, royalty also in the terms of money only. Clear or not? Okay. So different factors of production, they are earning money. So we will use different terms to indicate that. Different terms to indicate that. So just learn that properly. Okay. So we are learning everything related to economics. Finally, I will ask that who is the organizer. If you don't know means what is the meaning of this learning there. Okay, no meaning at all. Okay, so remember, learn all these things properly. Okay, moving forward. So wage determination for labor market, we will discuss later. Okay, so wage is for a labor. Okay, it is the remuneration for his or physical or mental activity in production. In production, that's what wages or salary. Right. Okay, so I'm just leaving that part for now. Now we move towards for easy understanding. Shift in the demand and supply. Shift in the demand and supply, as we already studied. Okay, so it's an invisible hand. Invisible hand. Okay, it creating this equilibrium in the market always. The invisible hand is creating the equilibrium in the market. Right. Now we are going to analyze that. Okay, here shift in demand and supply. Shift in demand and supply. So we already studied that related with the price, we are able to find the shift in the market, right or not? Yes or no? Shift in demand and supply. If the price of the commodity increases, definitely what will happen? What will happen there? Demand for that commodity will decrease, right? Of course. Price of the commodity increases, demand for that particular commodity will decrease. Okay, vice versa. Price will reduce like anything. Then what will happen? Demand will increase. Okay, but related with the inferior good and normal good, some specialities are there. You want to keep that in your mind, right or not? So income of the consumer is increasing. Demand for inferior good will increase. Increase. That's it. So that idea also want to be there. Okay, or else difficult to understand the things there. So inferior goods, we already studied that. What do you mean this inferior goods? Inferior goods. There is no goods are there like inferior good, but related with the income of the consumer, some goods will remain or sorry, it will turn as a inferior. Turn as a inferior. That's what. That's what. Okay. So our income is a 10 to 20,000 rupees means we will go for a regular meal from our house. Meal from our house. It is 50,000, 1 lakh or something means people will prefer my restaurant. If it is a 10 lakh rupees means it will go to what? 5-star hotels like that. Clear or not? So such kind of differences will be there. So income increases, some good will convert or turning to what inferior for some people. Okay, for the consumer. So income is related with the inferior goods and inferior goods demand in the market. Okay. So income increasing, the good, inferior goods demand won't increase, there it will decrease. It will decrease. Okay, so shift in demand and supply. Shift in demand and supply. In the above section, we studied market equilibrium under the assumption that taste and preferences of the consumers. Okay. Clear or not? So market equilibrium also connected with the taste and preferences. Taste and preferences. Just imagine price is remaining the same, right or not? Or income is remaining the same. Then also people will purchase the things as per his taste and preferences, right or not? So second chapter we studied about the different bundles are there. The bundle consists of two products like mangoes and bananas. A person like mangoes more than banana means he will go for that one, right? So that's it. Preferences and taste. Preference and taste. Prices of the related commodities. Next one. Okay, you can see here. Shift in the demand in the supply, demand and supply that related with the preferences and taste of the consumer. Price of the related commodities in the market. Price of the related commodities in the market. Okay. So substitutes. Price of substitutes, right? Price of complementary goods. Clear or not? These are the things basically able to make changes in the demand for the commodities in the market. Clear? So price of the substitute. What are substitutes? We studied in chapter number 2. What are substitutes? Substitute products. What are they?
A product that can be used instead of the other.
Of course. Okay. Tea, coffee. Okay. Like that. Okay. So instead of one thing or one product, we are able to use another thing. It is able to give almost that same satisfaction what the first product is able to provide, right? Such kind of products are called to be substitutes. Substitutes. Clear or not? Substitutes. Okay, so keep that in your mind. So price of the substitute also will create changes in the demand and supply in the market for a commodity. Okay, changes in demand and supply for a product in the commodity. Next one, price of the complementary goods. Okay, complementaries, price of complementaries. What are complementary goods? What are they? Anyone?
When the price of one good increases, the other good will also increase. Demand will increase.
Oh, yeah. Then the question is, what is a complementary good actually? Complementary goods are there in the market, right or not? So we want to use two things together. Clear or not? Two goods together. Okay, we are unable to use it alone, right? Such kind of goods are called what is that? Complementary goods. Bike, petrol, right? Right? Okay. Pen, ink, right? Complementary, right or not? Okay. So increase in the price of any one commodity in this complementary goods, okay, it will affect the supply of the other one or demand of the other one. Right? So that's what the complementary goods. It also able to create changes in the market. I mean, changes in demand and supply in the market. Okay. Next one, income of the consumers. That's the most important factor, right? Income of the consumers. So income increases, definitely we are able to see a particular change in the demand curve in the market. Demand curve in the market. At the same time, income decreases, we are able to find demand curve will reduce or it will shift, right? So next one, technology. Technology are able to make changes in the supply curve, right? Supply curve, right? Yes or no? So technology is improving, the cost of production will reduce or increase. What is your answer? Modern technology. If technology is improved, most modern technology is there. Sophisticated technologies are there today we are using. So technology is improving. What will happen to the cost of production? Decrease, of course. Okay, so technology improving, definitely the cost of production will decrease. That we studied in chapter number 4. Okay, cost of production. Okay, what is cost of production? The money that's spending by the organizer to produce the product. Okay, by paying the remuneration for all the factors of production is basically termed as a cost of production. If the government is there, want to pay taxes also, right? Clear or not? So that is going to be cost of production. For example, I can say that petrol, we know that, right? On the petroleum products, what we are purchasing from the shop. Do you know what is the actual cost of petroleum or petrol? Actual cost of petrol. Okay, so international markets, okay, 1 barrel crude oil, okay, unrefined crude oil, its cost is nearly 3,700. 3,700 is the cost of crude oil, right or not? So if you are purifying that for 1 liter petrol, we want to spend nearly 4 to 5 rupees. Clear. So to create 1 liter petrol, we want to spend nearly 33 rupees. Clear? How much you want to spend? 33. That is the cost of production. 33 rupees is the cost of production. So we are able to purchase the 1 liter petrol for 33 rupees. Just imagine. Okay. We are not using this to criticize the government for understanding this, right? Clear or not? So 33 rupees. That's what the present rate for creating or producing 1 liter petrol. Okay. Then what is that? Excess duty is there. Excess duty. The duty we want to pay to the government. Clear or not? And it is for the central government. It is almost 100%. Clear or not? Almost 100%. So we are paying 33 rupees for petrol plus 32 rupees tax. What is that? 33 rupees the production cost plus 32 rupees is the tax there. Now what is the cost now? 65, right or not? 65, right? Okay. Is a petrol available for 65 rupees? No. Then state tax is there. Clear or not? That is nearly 20 rupees. Clear or not? So for the central government, we are paying 32 rupees for 1 liter petrol, and for the state government, we are paying 20 rupees. So 65 plus 20, 85. Clear or not? Understanding? Okay. of the commodities not related here in the case of petroleum. Okay, that is because of what the government taxes, the price is increasing like anything, and increasing like anything there. At the same time, the what you can say, uh, commission for the petroleum companies or a petrol pump owners, clear. Like there various other things also are there that all included in the 33 rupees, the first 33, clear. So price of the product is like this, clear. Understand? So here we are not discussing about the government. The government is there, mean definitely the price of the commodity will increase because of the taxation, because of a taxation. So sometime firms will face difficult to produce more and more product, so their supply will reduce. Supply will reduce. Clear or not? Okay, just keep that idea in your mind. Okay, so first of all, we discussed the factors that are able to make changes in the demand and the supply in the market. They are, what are they? First of all, underline that. Taste and preferences, taste and preference of the consumers, price of the related commodities, I mean inferior goods, substitute goods, complementary goods, income of the consumers, technology that using in production, able to reduce the price, cost of production, size of the market, clear or not? With a huge market, okay, we want to produce more. If the size of the market is reducing, production also will reduce. Okay, prices of the inputs used in production, price of the inputs, raw material, price of the raw material that what we are using in production, or price of the raw material. Okay, price of the intermediary goods increasing, definitely we can say that the price of the commodities also will increase. Okay, example in the case of a biscuit factory. What factory? Biscuit industry or biscuit factory. What are the raw material? What are the raw material used to? I mean, raw material is not basically we are using the term raw material. Ingredients. It's a food item, right? Right. So ingredients. What are they? What are they?
Flour,
Wheat flour, right?
sugar,
Sugar, right? Milk, dried fruits. Okay, like that, various products we will use, right? Okay, different biscuits are with different flavor or order, right? Let it. So these things are there. So price of sugar increases, definitely the price of the biscuit will increase or the size of the biscuit will reduce. Yes or no? Yes or no? So that's what the market condition. Clear? Okay, they want to cope with this price change, so they will do something. Clear? Understand? Okay, so next one, what is that? Price of milk increases, definitely the price of that particular commodity will increase. Clear? So just to keep that in your mind. So price of the ingredients or raw materials increases, definitely the price of the commodity also will change. It will affect the demand and supply. Okay, so here, just imagine, okay, all these things are constant. What are these things are not changing? Basically, these things are able to make changes, right? But here, this is not changing. However, with changes in one or more of these factors, either the supply or demand curve or both may shift. Okay, so just understand, if all these things are changing or one or two things changing, definitely the supply curve and demand curve also will change. It will shift, thereby affecting the equilibrium price and quantity. Okay, clear or not? So what will happen there? If supply curve or demand curve is shifting to rightward or leftward, definitely we can say that the equilibrium price and quantity will change in the market. The equilibrium price and quantity will change in the market. Here, we first develop a general theory which outline the impact of these shifts on equilibrium and then discuss the impact of changes in some of the above mentioned factors on equilibrium. Now, first we are going to discuss, okay, how this equilibrium is changing. Okay. First of all, we are discussing demand shift. Okay. Shift in the demand curve. So 5.2, figure 5.2. Okay. You can see here, this is figure 5.2. Two panels are there. Okay. Just to give panel number A, panel number A, and panel number B. A and B. Two panels are here. Panel A and panel B. Okay. Sorry. Here, the initial equilibrium point E, where the market demand curve DDO and the market supply curve SSO. Okay, intersect to that, Q0 and P0 are the equilibrium quantity and price respectively. So you can see here the first panel number, okay, A here, panel A here. So This is the supply curve S0, equilibrium supply curve S0. Okay, or SSO. Next one, demand curve, market demand curve, DDO. Okay, it intersects at point E. Point E. So the point E is the equilibrium point. Equilibrium point. Okay, and we can see that Q0 is the equilibrium quantity. Oh, sorry, and P0 is the equilibrium price. Give me 1 minute. Income of the consumers increased due to hike in their salary. Okay, then what we are able to find in the market? So tell me related with the demand curve. Demand curve. What changes we are able to observe? Income of the consumers increased because of their salaries increased. Then what we are able to see in the market?
They purchase more goods.
Definitely, the purchasing capacity of the people will increase, right? Standard of living of the people will increase. So purchasing capacity of the people will increase definitely. Right. Okay, that's what. That's what. So demand curve will shift rightward or leftward. Tell me.
Right.
Rightward. Rightward. Correct. Okay, fine. So here it is. Okay, consumers are able to spend more money on some goods. Okay, here consumers they are able to spend more money on goods. But one thing you want to remember here, recall from chapter 2 that the consumer will spend less on an inferior good. Clear? Okay, I already told you that, right? The income increases, the demand for a normal good only will increase, but the inferior good will not increase the okay increases in income. Whereas for normal good, with prices of all commodities and taste and preference of the consumers held constant, we would expect the demand for the good to increase at each price as a result of with the market demand curve will shift rightward. All right, clear? Fantastic. The answer is correct. Okay. Is that correct? Who told that I should have told that answer? Right, correct. Here we consider the example of a normal good like clothes, the demand for which increases with increase in income of consumers. So here it is, a cloth is a normal good, everyone will purchase related with a hike in the income, Okay, so example of a normal good like clothes, the demand for which increases with increase in the income of the consumers, thereby causing a right shift in the demand curve. However, this income increase does not have any impact on the supply curve. Okay, so only demand curve is increased. Okay, or that shifted rightward. We are not discussing about the supply curve here. So supply curve is not changing. Let's assume supply curve is not changing. Only demand curve shift rightward. Okay. So which shifts only due to some changes in the factors relating to technology or cost of production of the firms. Okay. Then when the supply curve will change, at what time supply curve will change? Okay, so here able to see here the shift only due to the shift in the supply curve is only due to the factors relating to technology or cost of production of the firms. Okay, if they find a new technology, the supply curve will change. Okay, if they produce or invent a new technique, okay, that's what technology, right? Clear. The supply will change. They can increase the supply. Okay. Or cost of production decreased. Price of the ingredients or raw materials decreased. That time also they can improve the supply. Okay. Thus, the supply curve remains unchanged in the figure 5.2a. This is shown by the shift in the demand curve from DD0 to DD2, but the supply curve remains unchanged at SS0. From the figure, it is clear that the new equilibrium, the price of cloth is higher and the quantity demanded and sold is also higher. Clear? So 5.2a, clear? Only the demand curve shifted. There is no change in the supply. There is no change in the supply. Supply is remaining a constant. The supply curve is like this only. Clear? Okay, but what happened? Price of the commodities increased. Okay, and what happened? Quantity that purchased by the consumers also increased. So it is good for the producers, right? Is that good for the producers? They're able to make more profit, right? Price of the commodity increase, right or not? Of course, the same. Okay. Next one. Now let us turn to another example. Suppose due to some reason, there is increase in the number of consumers in the market for clothes. Okay, due to some reason, imagine there is a increase in the number of consumers in the market, number of consumers in the market, not the income, but the number of consumers increased here. There is increase in the number of consumers in the market for clothes. As the number of consumers increases, other factors remaining unchanged. Okay, so only what changed here? Number of consumers in the market changed. Okay, not any other factor, not the price, not the quantity, not the fashion, not the trend, nothing changed. Everything is remaining constant. As the number of consumers increased, other factors remaining unchanged. At each price, more cloth will be demanded. Clear or not? Okay, if price increasing also, number of clothes demanded, that also will increase because number of people they seek or they need, need of the clothes are increased now because the number of consumers are increased. Okay, in each price, more clothes will be demanded because the demand curve will shift rightward, but this increase in the number of consumers does not have any impact on the supply curve. Clear? So, number of consumers increased as a result of that demand curve shifted rightward. There is no problem for the supply curve. Are you following? Are you guys following? Is it difficult to understand? Is there any difficulty to understand? It's simple, right? Okay, so it is almost okay, that's it. The second condition. Okay, so the number of consumers increasing in the market. Number of consumers increasing in the market. What will happen there? Okay, that time also the supply, the demand curve will shift right to it. So the consumers are ready to pay money to purchase the good there because the demand increased. We already studied that if demand increases, definitely the price of the commodity also will increase. Okay, but there is no change in the supply. So number of producers, number of consumers in the market are are not able to make any changes in the supply curve. All right. Clear or not? They are only able to make changes in the demand curve, not the supply curve, Is this idea is clear? So in 5.2a, in which the demand curve DD0 shift rightward to DD2, the supply curve remaining unchanged at S0. The figure clearly shows that compared to the old equilibrium point E at point G with the new equilibrium point, there is an increase in both price and quantity demanded and supplied. Clear? Clear. Okay, hope this idea is perfectly clear now. Okay, so this was the answer for one question. Explain about the shift in the demand curve in the market. Write down the question. Okay, so explain the shift in demand in the market. So we discuss about the demand shift with the help of a diagram. I want to draw the diagram. Okay, clear? Okay, here shift is a rightward, that is A. Shift is leftward, that is panel B. Okay, both are important for us. So if you go to the basic idea, means all these figures are we are able to understand easily because the same concepts are repeating there, right? The same concepts are repeating. Okay, so that's it. Now moving forward with supply shift in the supply. Okay, now you are able to understand it is easily. It is almost work like a demand curve. Okay, some changes are there. What are they? In figure 5.3. So this is the 5.3 figure for us, determining or discussing the supply curve or changes in the supply curve and market supply curve. Okay. Suppose initially the market is in equilibrium at point E, where the market demand curve DD0 intersects the market supply curve DDS. Sorry, SS0, not DDS, SS0. Okay. Such that the equilibrium price is P0 and the equilibrium quantity is Q0. Okay, so come here. You can see this is the market supply curve SS0 and this is the market demand curve DD0. Okay, and created an equilibrium E for quantity Q0 and price P0. Clear? Clear? Okay, so now we are discussing about the shift in the supply curve. Supply curve. Okay, so panel A here and panel B is here. Okay, so the first case, what happened here? Okay, this is the supply curve. This is the supply curve, and this is the demand curve. Market demand curve and market supply curve. And the equilibrium point it is E. This is the E here. Okay, but for P0 price and Q0 quantity, Q0 quantity. That is the equilibrium. That is the equilibrium here. Okay, then now we are going to discuss for changes in the supply curve, a new equilibrium will form. How it will be? Okay, so you can see SS0 is moving leftward or rightward here. See here. See, okay, no problem. Reading, okay, either the market demand D0, okay, completed that. So now, suppose due to some reason, the market supply curve shift leftward. So, A, this is the left side, right? This arrow indicating leftward movement, right? So this, if you are observing these arrows in the graph, we are able to understand the movement of the curve. Okay, so this arrow is moving leftward. So the curve it is moving leftward, right? Right? Okay, so the market supply curve shift leftward to SS2. So SS0 to S2 or SS0 to SS2 with the demand curve remaining unchanged. But you want to find one thing here. There is no change in the demand curve. It is constant. There is no change in the demand curve. It is constant, not change at all. Only the supply curve changed from SS0 to SS2, SS0 to SS2, a leftward shift, Okay, Amalraj, listen carefully, Amalraj. Okay, so now suppose due to some reason the market supply curve shift leftward to SS2 with the demand curve remaining unchanged as shown in panel A. Because of the shift, the prevailing price P0. Okay, the prevailing price is P0 and the prevailing quantity is Q0. Okay, P0, Q0. Okay, there will be excess demand equal to Q0 double dash to Q0. Okay. Clear? Q0 double dash to Q0, you can see here. Okay, in the market, some consumers who are unable to obtain the good will be willing to pay higher prices and the market price tend to increase. Clear? So what happened? Supply shifted rightward. Clear? Quantity changed from Q0 to Q2 because of the shift in the supply. Quantity demanded in the market, it is increased or decreased here. Increased or decreased? Check here.
Decreased.
Okay, so the new equilibrium is attained at a point G where the supply curve has to intersect the demand curve DD0. Okay, so a new demand curve formed here. Clear? Sorry. A new equilibrium formula that is point G. Price increase from P0 to P2. Price increase from P0 to P2. Clear? Okay, so we have already studied that supply reduces. What will happen? The price will increase, right? Okay, keep that idea in your mind. Okay, there will be an excess demand for equal to Q0, double dash Q0 in the market. Some consumers who are unable to obtain the good will be willing to pay higher prices and the market price tend to increase. The new equilibrium is attained at point G where the supply curve has to intersect the demand curve DD0 such that Q2 quantity will be bought and sold at price Q2. Okay, Q0 to Q2, it will decrease there. Similarly, when supply curve shift rightward, as shown as panel B at P0. So the supply curve will move to rightward. What will happen there? What will happen here? Price of the commodity will decrease or increase? It will decrease. It will decrease. So it's a rightward movement of the supply curve. SS0 to SS1. SS0 to SS1, there is no change in the demand curve. So first equilibrium it is E. First equilibrium, it is E. Related with the changes in the supply curve, the equilibrium changed to F. Equilibrium changed to F. The second equilibrium, it is F here, intersection of the demand curve and SS1 curve. SS1 curve, that point is F. This point is F here, new equilibrium, new equilibrium. As a result of that, price of the commodity in the market will not reduce from P0 to P1, P0 to P1, and quantity demanded will increase from Q0 to Q1, Q0 to Q1. Clear? Clear. Okay. Okay. So the supply curve, sorry. Okay. So write down the question. Describe the shift in the supply curve with the help of the diagram. With the help of a diagram. Describe or discuss the shift in the supply curve with the help of a diagram. With the help of a diagram. Diagram or a graph. Okay. Okay. Hope these ideas are clear. Okay, next topic. So not topic. You continue here. Goods equal to Q0, Q1, Q0 dash. In response to the excess supply, some firms will reduce their price and the new equilibrium will be attained at F, where the supply curve SS1 intersect the demand curve DD0, such that the new market price is P1, at which Q1 quantity is bought and sold. Okay, again, notice the direction of change in price and the quantity are opposite whenever there is a shift in the supply curve. So that's the important point for us. Okay, just opposite to the demand curve, shift in the demand curve. Okay, the direction of the change in the price and quantity are opposite whenever there is a shift in the supply curve. Clear? Okay, now with this understanding, we can analyze the behavior of equilibrium price and quantity when various aspects of the market change. Here, we will consider the effect of an increase in input price and an increase in number of firms on equilibrium. Let us consider a situation where all of the things remaining constant, there is an increase in the price of an input used in the production of a commodity. There will be increase in the marginal cost of production of the firm using this output. Okay, sorry, input. Clear? So, supply curve will change. At what conditions it will change? First of all, we can analyze the behavior of the equilibrium price and quantity when the various aspects of the market change. Here, we will consider the effect of an increase in the input price. Input price. Okay. The price of the raw material is increasing. So definitely we are able to see a changes in the supply because cost of the production will increase. Okay, the price of the ingredient or price of the raw material increases, definitely the cost of the production will increase. It will create changes in the supply. Therefore, at each price, the market supply will be less than before. Hence, the supply curve shift leftward. Clear? In the figure 5.3a, this is shown by a shift in the supply curve from SS0 to SS2. But this increase in the input price has no impact on the demand of the consumers, since it does not depend on the input prices directly. Therefore, the demand curve remains unchanged. In figure 5.3a, this is shown in the demand curve remaining unchanged at DD0. As a result, compared to the old equilibrium, now the market price rises and quantity produced decreases. Next one. Let us discuss the impact of an increase in the number of firms. So number of firms increasing in the market. First condition, price of the input increase in the market. So supply changed. Second condition, number of firms increase in the market. Okay, demand curve we discussed the number of consumers increased, and here a number of firms, industries increased. Since at each point now more firms will supply the commodity. Okay, so number of firms are there; they are able to supply more goods. The supply curve shifted to the right, but it does not have any effect on the demand curve. This example can be illustrated by figure 5.3b, where the supply curve shifts from SS0 to SS1, where the demand curve remain unchanged. From this figure, we can say that there will be a decrease in price in the commodity and increase in the quantity produced compared to the initial situation. Clear? So these are the answers for those two questions. What are those two questions? Explain about the shift in the demand curve and explain about the shift in the supply curve. So two conditions are there. Okay. Two conditions are there. One is it's moving rightward, other is it's moving leftward. Okay, both the demand curve and supply curve. Clear? Okay, so read all these things properly and are ready for writing the answers in the examination. Okay, next one, simultaneous shift of demand and supply. Simultaneous shift of demand and supply. The same time, both the supply curves also will change. Sorry, supply curve also will change and the demand curve also will change. The same time. For that, four different conditions are there. Okay, simply it will not. Four conditions are there. Okay, first of all, what happened when both, the question is there, what happened when both the demand and supply curve shift simultaneously? The simultaneous shift can be happening in four possible ways. What are they? What are the four possible ways? Both supply and demand curve shift rightward. Okay, both the supply curve and demand curve, both will shift rightward. Second condition, both supply and demand curve will shift leftward. Both will shift leftward. One is rightward, the other is leftward shift. Okay, supply curve shift leftward and demand curve shift rightward. Another condition, supply curve will shift leftward and demand curve will shift rightward. Okay, fourth and final condition or final way, supply curve shift rightward and demand curve shift leftward. Okay, one is right, other is left, or both right side or both left side, or else one left side, other right side, like the two conditions are there. Okay, altogether four different possibilities are there for changes in the demand and supply curve, demand and supply curve in the market, Okay, so the impact on equilibrium price and quantity in all the four cases are given in table 5.1. Okay, so we are moving to discuss table number 5.1. Okay, so just understand this. This table is too important. Okay, learn that properly. What is that? Shift in the demand, leftward shifter, rightward shifter. Okay, and the shift in supply, leftward, rightward. First two conditions. Okay, so here both demand and supply curve changing leftward or shifting leftward. Then what will happen there? Quantity of the product purchasing by the consumers will decrease. Okay, related with the price, what will happen there? It may increase, decrease, or remain unchanged. Okay, in any particular economical system, if both demand and supply curve shifting leftward, we are able to find the quantity purchasing by the consumers in the market will decrease, and as a result of that, price may increase or decrease. Clear? Or remain unchanged also. Next one, rightward shift of demand and supply. Both demand and supply shifting rightward. So quantity demand or quantity purchasing in the market, it will increase. Again, the same condition. The price for that commodity will increase or decrease or remain unchanged. Okay. Next condition. Demand is leftward and supply curve shift rightward. Demand curve shifting leftward, supply curve shift rightward. What happened there? Related to the quantity may increase, decrease, or remain unchanged. Price will decrease that time. Clear? Next one, shift in the demand. Demand shift is a rightward movement and the shift in supply is a leftward movement. So what will happen to the quantity that demanded in the market? May increase, decrease, or remain unchanged. And the price will increase. Increases. Clear or not? So learn it, draw the figure and observe how that happened. That is the homework for you. Okay, write down the homework. Aishwarya, fed up Aishwarya with the homeworks? Okay, what is that? You have to prepare the curves. Okay, what is the curve here? Leftward demand and leftward supply. First curve. Second curve, rightward demand and rightward supply. Clear? Third curve, leftward demand, rightward supply. Fourth curve, rightward demand and leftward supply. Right? So the base curve, it is what? The equilibrium curve, right? equilibrium curve. That is the base curve. I am drawing that here. Clear? Okay, just observe. This is the base curve. Okay, clear? Quantity O, price O. Okay, clear? So this is demand curve, DO, supply curve, SO. Okay, this is the base curve. Okay, now we want to draw, you people want to draw all these four curves, all these four curves. For example, shift in the demand leftward, shift in the demand leftward. Okay, so demand curve will shift leftward, shifted leftward, changed. Then what will happen in the market? Already studied that, so right or not? Already that thing is there with you. Thing is there with you, right? You want to prove that. Okay, leftward demand curve shifted. Where is that? Where is that? Here it is. Clear or not? Clear or not? The thing is here. You have to prepare that and I want to prove it how the price remaining constant or how it is increasing, decreasing or quantity increasing. Clear? You have to prove that, understand that. Okay, so prepare it and all the figures are there here. You don't want to go anywhere. Things are here itself. Okay, just want to draw that and prove it. Okay, all this table says is correct. Okay, all these things are there in the table is correct. That is your responsibility to prove it and show me. Clear? So when will you submit that? No exams are there for you. Okay, you're all free, right? No classes in the morning. Right, the morning session, no classes. Afternoon session, only 1 hour class. Again, night time, evening time, totally free you people are. And you are unable to do the homework, right? Not interested to do the homework, right? Adil Satyan, no problem, we can do that, right? Sharath Anil Kumar, no trouble. Karthik, Anjosibi, any troubles are there, means you have to say me now. Are you able to do this? Their concept is clear or not? Tell me first. No answers. What about understanding? Is this concept clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you can do that, right? Okay. Ashish Benny, is this concept clear? Ashish,
Yes,
concept clear or not?
yes, sir.
Okay, then do it. Okay. So how many days you want? Okay, give 2 days for you. Sunday morning you submit. Okay. Saturday evening or Sunday morning. Today Friday, right? Friday, Saturday, 2 days to complete the homework. Okay, then come submit that by Saturday evening. Oh, I mean tomorrow evening or Monday morning. Okay. No problem. Monday morning you can. No problem. Then 2 days are there. Entirely 2 days are there for you people. Okay. So moving here, the impact of the equilibrium price and quantity in all the four cases are given in table number 5.1. Each row of the table describes the directions in which the equilibrium price and quantity will change for each possible combination of the simultaneous shift in demand and supply curve. For instance, from the second row of the table, we see that due to a rightward shift in both the demand and supply curve, the equilibrium quantity increases invariably, but the equilibrium price may either increase, decrease, or remain unchanged. The actual direction in which the price will change will depend on the magnitude of the shift. Check this yourself by varying the magnitude of shift to the particular case. That's what I told to do that. Check it. Okay. In the first two cases, which are shown in the first two rows of the table, the impact of the equilibrium quantity is unambiguous, but the equilibrium price may change, if at all, in either direction, depending on the magnitude of shift. In these next two cases, shown in the last two rows on the table, the effect of price is unambiguous, where effect on quantity depend on the magnitude of shift in the two curves. In the two curves. So this is the thing we discuss here. Okay, here we give diagrammatic representation for case 2 and case 3 in figure 5.4, and leave the rest as exercises for the readers. Okay, so you have to complete that. Clear? So I'm reading here, two diagrams are already here. Again, observe that simultaneous shift in the demand curve and supply curve. Initially, the equilibrium is at E, where the demand curve DD0 and the supply curve SS0 intersect in panel A here. Both the supply and the demand curve shift rightway, leaving price unchanged, but the quantity getting increased. Okay, so I'm not going to explain that. You just read it and complete the task and submit it. Okay, so just draw first figure and show me now itself. Come on, draw the first figure and show. Send me now itself. Make it fast. Okay. So what do you want to keep in your mind? Okay, the first condition. What is that condition? Okay, you draw that. I will explain here. So first condition. Okay, shift in the demand. Okay, leftward shift in the demand curve and shift in the supply curve, that also leftward. So we want to prove two conditions here. What is that? Quantity purchasing by the consumer will decrease. How it is decreasing? Okay, and we know that the next condition. What is that? What will happen to the price at that time? Increase or decrease? Okay, increase, decrease, or remain unchanged. Okay, so we are moving backward to analyze the thing one more time. Okay, so it is easy to understand and you are able to prepare the graph. Okay, so shift in the demand. Okay, so what is the shift in the demand here? Here? So two types of shifts are there. One is the rightward shift. So pan A says that it is the rightward shift of the demand. Is that clear? Okay, and the pan B here shows that the leftward shift of the demand curve. Okay, clear. So the important aspect I want to keep in your mind is in these two conditions, rightward shift of the demand curve or the leftward shift of the demand curve, there is no change in the supply curve. The supply curve is constant. Okay, so you can see here these two supply, it is a constant here, no changes. Okay, demand curve is shifting. We know that the reasons for the shift in the demand. What are the two reasons here? One is income of the consumer is increasing, right? Right or wrong? Tell me, if income of the consumer increasing, what will happen in the markets? What will happen in the markets? No answer. Tell me, if income of the
Demand for goods increase.
the demand for goods in the market also will increase. That's what the basic idea. If income of the consumers increasing, demand for the goods in the market will increase. Hence, we are able to find a rightward shift of the demand curve. Right? Okay, rightward shift in the demand curve. Okay, so that's discussed here. Next condition, again one more condition is there. What is that? The number of the consumers increasing in the market, the same change will be there. Okay, the number of the consumers increasing in the market, the same change. Again, it will move rightward. So I can say that if income of the consumer increasing or the number increasing in the we are able to find a rightward shift of the demand curve. Rightward shift of the demand curve. That's what the thing we discussed here. Okay, so actually you are able to understand here. So what happened here? So rightward movement. Okay, so before change, Okay, before the change in the income or number of the consumers, the equilibrium, it was here, point E. Okay, that time P0 is the price of that particular commodity and Q is the quantity demanded in the market. Clear? Okay. Answers.
Yes, sir.
Hello, can you hear me? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes,
The voice is feeble. Okay. So fine, fine. So that's it. So it is P0 and Q0. So the demand curve shift, you can see shifted to rightward. As a result, what happened here? Price of the commodity increased from P0, P2, P0 to P2, and quantity demand also increased from Q0 to Q2. Okay, so demand shifted from left to right. As a result of that, the price moved from down to so here you can see that P0 to P2. So upward movement, and the quantity also moved from left to right. Clear? That's what the shift in the demand curve to the right way. Shift in the demand curve to the right way. Okay, the major point is there is no change in the supply curve. Change in the supply curve. So what we learned here? What we learned here? Price increase. The price increase, right? Okay, clear. That is clear. Next condition, panel B. Okay, panel A completed, and we came to the panel B here. Here, what is the it is moving or shifted leftward. So here again, demand and supply curves are here. So it is the supply curve and demand with the old equilibrium point E. So the producers produce that for this Q quantity, and buyers, I mean the consumers purchase for P0 price. That was for that is the equilibrium here. Okay, just imagine. So understand a shift in the demand curve shifted from right to leftward, at the just opposite of the panel B. Just opposite panel B. What happened here? Price decreased from P0 to P1. B0 to P1 as a result of the quantity demand. So, sorry, quantity produced. So, decreased. Right? Clear or not? So that's what the thing you want to understand. So these two conditions we discussed here already. What are the two here? Okay. Leftward shift in the demand, and rightward shift in the demand. Clear? So the thing is, simultaneously we are going to find out the changes in the demand and supply. So only one condition we discussed. What is that? What is that condition? So leftward shift in the demand. What happened to the price? Happened to the shifted leftward. Then what happened? There, check first.
increases,
Rightward
increases.
is just opposite of that. Okay, so here also shift supply. Okay, it is just opposite of that. As a result of that, quantity supplied for the simultaneous change, quantity supplied for the first case it is decreased, for the second case it is increased, but you can see that the price there. Okay, my here may increase, decrease, or remain unchanged. Clear? So, for the hint for the homework, you want to use these diagrams. Okay, diagram number 5.2. This one. 5.2. This is the diagram for you. It's a hint for you. Use this diagram, and it is a 5.3. Next hint for you. We are able to find the changes in the or shift in the supply curve. Clear? Both the shift in the supply curve where the demand curve is not changing, it is constant. There is no changes in the demand curve. Second hint for you. Okay, and this is the third one. This diagram is the third hint. Okay, simultaneous change. So you are able to complete the homework by day after. All these diagrams want to prepare neatly, want to draw that up. Okay, and send it. Clear? Clear? Any doubts are there? Doubts are there? The point is not clear. It is you confused and ask me now first. Amal, either ideas are clear? Okay, you are able to do the homework, right? No doubt in that. Okay. What about Aditya? Can you hear Aditya?
Sir, can you explain?
Okay. Anat, Abarna.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, no problem. So again, if troubles are there, means please text me. Okay, I will explain it again. No problem. Okay, time up. So we are going to wind up the class now. Everyone, thank you so much. Thank you so much.